guys, I have an amputated finger. Let me talk about my finger real fast. My finger got amputated and I am skeptic to show you guys, but let me get my face out the view. I'll focus on, oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. I should have warned you before doing this, huh? I did. I said I had an amputated finger. Well, the title of this video is my amputated fingertip. Let's get right down to it. What happened? Well, so far it's been it's been 2 weeks since my finger got amputated. 2 weeks. Right? So this is what it looks like right now as it's healing. 2 weeks. Here's my little story, okay? I was working on my Volvo, my car. I was working on my car, and I was doing the coolant hose. I was replacing the hoses on my cooling system, on my radiator hoses, right? And I replaced the hoses, and when you replace the radiator, some of the radiator spills, the coolant spills out. The antifreeze spills out the radiator, and some of it got on the belt, on one of the belts, and when it got on the belt, it made it slippery. The antifreeze is very, when he poured on especially belts, right? It makes things lose their texture, I guess, and it made the belt really slippery. So when I was turning on, I finished my job, which was a very easy hose job, and I fixed that job. I finished it, and I turned on the car. And I was gonna bubble out the system, where you sit there and watch with the radiator cap open and watch the bubbles come out, right? So I'm sitting there waiting for the bubbles to come out, right? And I'm noticing one of the belts isn't moving. The crankshaft, the little spinning thing, isn't moving, but the belt itself, it was going really slow. It wasn't, I mean, it's supposed to go fast with the crankshaft, right? And the belt was going super slow. And my first reaction was to touch it, right? I didn't grab the belt. I didn't. All I did was try to give it a push start, right? I just like tapped it, right? What's crazy to me was I've accidentally touched belts before. This wasn't the first time. This is the first time that it somehow, when I touched the belt, it somehow wrapped my finger underneath, and it pulled it on a roller coaster ride and ripped off my fingertip. And so it wasn't the first time I've accidentally touched a belt before. Sometimes, you know, it's like when a fan, right? Your fan, you take the little shield off, you accidentally touch a moving fan. It just kind of startles you, right? But it never really does real damage. It doesn't really fuck you up, take off a limb until it does. And it happened to me. I pushed it. I just gave it a little push start, not with 2 fingers, just one. I just pushed it, and I want to say I regret it. I want to say I have one regret, you know, but I could have pushed it with something else, or I could have just sat and waited. I could have sat and waited for it to stop slipping and finally catch, and then lose that antifreeze that's on it, and just anyways, when I pushed it, it wrapped around my finger and took it on a little roller coaster ride, right? And my reaction was to pull back, of course, and I pulled back and it got stuck. It was very fast though, but it got stuck, and I saw it jerk a couple times, and I pulled it, and when I pulled it, I was like, ah, right? And I looked down at my palm side first. I looked down and I saw a bunch of blood, and I saw skin, and I've been hurt before, and I know what pain feels like. So I'm like, okay, it's just blood and skin. I felt this is normal to me, right? Didn't surprise me. But what surprised me was when I flipped my motherfucking hand over, and I did not see my nail. I didn't see my nail, which I've seen on my hand for 27 years of my life, right? I didn't see my nail. And I'm not good with gory shit. I'm not good with handling this stuff. And I closed I put a shirt on my hand, and I almost pass out right then and there. My car's on, right? I'm bubbling the system. My car's still on. The belt went from 0 to 100, so the belt's working great. Took my finger off with it, and I called my buddy, my friend Gabriel. I called him, and my phone call was like, my finger cut off. Can you come take me to the ER? Can you help me? I'm like, like I'm in real pain. Like, and this dude he sends me all these gory videos, gory shit all the time. So I'm comfortable with him seeing it, and he comes over. I walk up my steps. My car's still on. I walk up the steps to my apartment, and I don't have a t-shirt on, so I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital without a t-shirt. So I put on a shirt. Everything's black. I can't see anything. Everything's black. And I put on a shirt. It happens to be a white shirt. I make sure that it's not inside out, and I drink a glass of water, and I walk down the steps, and I'm about to pass out, right? And I see Gabriel, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And then we go back, and I show him my hand, and the way he looked, I couldn't look at it because I was afraid to look at it. The way he looked at me, he looked so scared. He's like, let's see if we can find the rest of your finger. So we looked for it for a little bit, and I'm like, I think it crushed it, I don't think it's here. Took me to the ER, and yeah, man. And pretty much at the ER, I was there for 7 hours. I went to 2 different hospitals because the hand doctor wasn't at San Marcos. The hand doctor was in Austin, so they had to drive me to Austin, 30 miles, to see a hand doctor. All they did was wrap up my hand with my finger. All they did was wrap it up very well, really good. They wrapped it up. They gave me drugs. They gave me morphine. That's it. They said it's going to heal on its own. They said the skin's going to fold over in 4 days, and it's going to heal on its own, right? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I could have done this at home. I could have just stayed home and wrapped it up and bought some hardcore Tylenol, right? But pain-wise, didn't really hurt. I had to keep my hand up for like 4 days so the blood didn't rush to my finger. Right now, I'm okay, right? My hand is still thick, so it's like a little it's a little sore, like it's been jammed, right? But I can make a closed fist. So that's my little experience. If you have any questions or you want to see it more, here you go, dude. Yeah, so far in life I have one regret, but who knows if I might meet somebody because I have a nub, and and they see my nub, and it's a special thing, and I'll change my life. I get married because I don't know, dude. What I'm saying is, like, I saw it happen. It could have been a lot worse. It could have took off my whole finger. I didn't think it would wrap around my finger this way, right? I don't know how it did that, but it could have. Since it did that, it could have wrapped around my hand. It could have got my hand stuck in there and ripped my hand off. And I saw how bad it could have been, and I don't see it as a people like, oh man, they think it's like the end of the world. I'm like, no, it's just a fingertip, man. It's just a fingertip. That's all it is. I have a buddy who doesn't have any legs. He has no legs. He's a cruiser, right? He's a cruiser. He likes to drive his old school car. And the way he drives is he has like on bicycles with handlebars. He uses those handlebars. He put it in his vehicle, uses it as the gas and the brake because he doesn't have any legs, right? And I'm like, my buddy doesn't have any legs. He's a lot stronger than me, right? If I didn't have any legs, I don't know what I'd do. I'd go crazy, right? I'd be so sad. I can't complain about this, and I won't. I won't complain about it, and I won't feel sorry for myself over this at all. My mind won't let me. Anyways, guys, this is my little story of my amputated fingertip. Everybody in the hospital really, they digged it. All the girls were like, ooh. When they saw amputated fingertip, random people came just to look at it, and they washed it down with water. It hurt like a bitch because I was like, I was like, is that alcohol? He's like, no, that's just water. I'm like, what the fuck? That hurt so bad, right? Everybody thought it was cool. I'm like, right now I'm kind of freaking people out because it's still in the healing stage. It's not very pleasant to look at. We'll see what it's like. I'll show you guys an update in 4. It's supposed to cure. It's supposed to heal in 4 weeks. So I got 2 more weeks. I'm halfway there. And before that, there was like you could see it. It was like before that, it was kind of scary to look at inside. Like I'm looking at, it was all gooey, and I put a band-aid over it just so during the day I can protect it, right? But then at nighttime I let it air out. I kind of do both. I bandage it and let it air out. But I can still move it. I'm pretty blessed, and I'm not like again I'm not sad or anything. It's just sometimes when I'm doing things I can't do it, right? Like I don't know, just little, not tie your shoes, but just little things like with tools, working with screwdrivers, working on my car, right? Just little things that I used to do I can't do right now, but I feel like in the future I will be able to use it pretty much as a finger, um, just without the nail, just without the good side of having a nail, all the all the pros, of having a nail, but I can. What's different now between the last 2 weeks is I can actually touch the tip and feel it. I can feel it, and I can move it. I can close my fist. So those are all progressing areas. Anyways, peace out, guys. I thought I should make a video about how this happened, and if anybody else looks for this online, you'll see somebody else accidentally cut their finger off too. So it's all good, man. It's all good. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer anything. Alright, peace out.